Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. So today I did a Valentine's Day look for you guys. This one's a little more dramatic. It has glitter. It's a little more out there. I'm going to be doing a few looks over the course of a couple of weeks just leading up to Valentine's Day. So if you want to know how to do this look right here, please keep watching. Primer today, I'm using my Cover FX mattifying primer with anti-acne treatment. I love this primer primarily because I do have troubled skin, as you can see. I do get some blemishes every once in a while. This primer really helps me because it covers all my pores. So when I go to put makeup on, it actually doesn't get into my pores. The primer blocks it. So it's actually really, really good. My skin hasn't gotten worse. It's gotten better actually using this primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this primer on. Just gonna put a small amount here on my finger. I'm gonna go ahead and put it all over my face. So for brows, I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. First, I'm gonna brush them out. I'm gonna brush them like upwards, just so I can really line the bottom of my brows. So to clean up my brows, I'm going to be using my COVERGIRL OUTLAST All Day Concealer in the color Light. So to blend it out, I'm going to be using this Morphe brush. It came in a set of 12, the Credible Eye set. I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out. So for eyes today, I'm using the CARLI BYBEL palette. I just received it in the mail yesterday. It is gorgeous. The packaging is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So this is the inside. So for my crease, I'm going to start with this color right here. It's like a mauve color. I'm going to use that as my transition color. And then I'm going to go darker as I go. So I'm going to take my Morphe blending brush. It's like the larger fluffy brush. I'm going to use that to start my transition color. I'm going to go back into the palette and dip it into this darker color right here. So for my lid, I'm going back into the CARLI BYBEL palette and I'm going to be using this shade right here. I'm going to be dipping my Morphe small chiseled fluff brush into it to apply it. So to darken up my outer V, I'm going to go back into this dark color right here. I'm going to be using my Morphe pointed crease brush to go ahead and apply that. For the inner corner of my lid, I'm going to go back into the CARLI BYBEL palette. I'm going to dip my Morphe Detailed Liner brush into this highlighter shade right here. I'm going to go ahead and apply that here on the corner. So I'm actually going to bump this look up a little bit. What I'm going to use is the BH Cosmetics Loose Glitter. It's in the color Pearl. It's so pretty. I don't know if you can see it. You see? It's really pretty. So I'm going to be using this color. I'm going to be using it in the inner corner of my eyelid. Well, to apply this, I'm actually going to be using eyelash glue. It came with one of my sets of lashes, which I'm also going to be using in this video. So this is the glue that came with it. This is the one I'm going to be using, okay? So it's got this little applicator. I'm just going to... So in order to apply the glitter, I'm going to be using the Morphe small chisel brush that I used to apply the actual shadow. I flip this over like this and just get a little bit of glitter in there. And I'm just going to be using what's in the cap. I'm just going to tap it along my lid there where the glue is. Now, when you're working with glitter, you're always going to have fallout, so don't worry about that. So at this point, guys, I've already done my liner. I didn't realize that my camera had died when I had started. What I used was the Maybelline Master Precise Eye Studio liner. It's like a pen. This is what I used to do my winged liner. I absolutely live by this liner. It's very easy to use. You can maneuver it very well because it is like a pen, so it's very, very stable and very sturdy. So for lashes today, I'm using my ESQUIDO lashes. I got them on the MIKASA beauty website, and I love this style. It's called LASHMOPOLITAN. I'll go ahead and list my code down below so that you can get money off of your purchase from MIKASA Beauty. I'm going to take that same lash glue that I used for my glitter, and I'm going to use it on my lashes to apply them. So now I am finished with my eyes. I'm going to start with my face. So unfortunately, I did break out in the last few days. I'm going to be going in with my Makeup Forever color correcting palette just to cover up some of the blemishes. I'm going to be taking the orange and dipping my concealer brush into it, and I'm going to be putting it in my under eye area just to cover some of the dark circles. I'm going to be swiping this along the quick chains just a little bit just to take that residue off. I'm going to now dip it into the green color to cover up some of my blemishes. I really like to use color corrector instead of concealer to cover up my blemishes and the redness that I have in my face, just because it really covers up well when I use a full coverage foundation. What I've noticed is sometimes when I use concealer to cover up my blemishes, it does bleed through during the day. And so with color corrector, it actually, for me, does not bleed through. So it's great. So I use color corrector very often as opposed to using concealer. For foundation today, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way. The color is Natural Beige. I'm going to go ahead and pump that directly onto my slanted kabuki brush from Sigma. So to highlight my under eye area and the bridge of my nose, I'm going to go back in with that CoverGirl Outlast All Day Concealer in the color Light. So to set my face, today I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and I'm just going to dip it into the powder. Just pat that underneath my eyes. So now I'm going to put a little bit more in here, okay? And I'm going to take a large amount with my beauty sponge. And I'm just going to tap it along here, along my under eye. And then so we can let that bake and set. So to wipe the translucent powder off my face, I'm going to be going in with my Shani Cosmetics Medium Powder Brush F14. Okay? And I'm just going to remove all of the excess powder that we have. For contour today, I'm going to be using my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm going to be dipping my Shani Cosmetics Mineral Powder Brush M33 into this light color right here. I'm going to now dip it into the color in the middle just to make it a little bit darker, but not too much. So now I'm going to be taking my Shani Cosmetics F19 Fluffy Contour Brush in order to blend everything out, so it's not so harsh. So for blush today, I'm going to be using my Blush Neutrals palette from BH Cosmetics. I'm going to be going into this lighter shade right here. It is perfect for this look just because it's not too bright. It just kind of blends everything in. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that where I have contour. See, so it just gives me a little bit more color, but it's not too bright or too strong, which is what I like. To apply my nose contour, I'm going to be using the Sigma Beauty Precision Round P82 brush. I love this brush just because it makes the lines really smooth, especially on my nose. I like to blend it up in here just to make it more precise. I'm going to put it underneath here as well, underneath the tip of my nose. And right here on the sides. So for my eyes, I'm going to be going back into the CARLI BYBEL palette. And I'm going to be dipping this thin brush into this dark color here. And I'm just going to be applying that on my waterline, just to give it more of a dramatic effect. So for highlight today, I'm using my Makeup Forever HD Pro Light Fusion highlight in the color Golden Pink. I'm going to be using my Sigma F42 strobing fan to apply this. So to highlight my Cupid's bow, I'm going to be taking that same pointed blender brush and I'm going to dip it into the highlighter and just go ahead and for lips, I'm going to use my Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the color Malibu.